Hello, welcome in. Now this is my very first YouTube video. I've got no idea how this is gonna go, right? But I've been asked by guys from my Twitch chat, etc. to give YouTube a shot because I stream over there for 5+ hours a day and not everyone has time for all of that, right? So we'll give it a shot and see what happens. If you guys are interested in my Twitch at all, links will be down in the chat below. I've been learning the market a ton so I can help with trading advice, and I also am an Elite 1, Elite 2 player, so I can help with gameplay tips and team suggestions, right? Now, moving on to the icon swaps side of things, I'm going to quickly give you guys a little rundown, right, on what I think you should take and shouldn't take. Bobby Moore, straight off the bat, I'm not going to get too much into this card. He's got great passing, great dribbling, great defending, and not bad physical stats, right? But the main worry for me here is the pace. He's just not quite got it. There's other players like Thiago Silva, Inform, etc., and his player of the months, are very similar cards to this, where they have great defending stats, etc., but they just don't have the pace and they can't quite keep up with the meta cards in this game, right? So that pace completely ruins this card for me, sadly. I would avoid it. Rijkaard, another card, again, I would completely avoid. Okay pace, you could probably get away with that pace, but my main worry here is that dribbling stats, because his defending and physical are great, but that agility and balance makes this card almost unplayable in midfield. Like, he is just so clunky, and you can't really move with this card, right? Maybe if you're playing really counter-attacking and you just pass it away instantly, maybe get away with it, but really not a big fan of that card, right? Hierro is one of my first cards that I'm actually like keen on, right? I kind of like it. He's got good pace, pretty good passing stats, not bad dribbling stats for a centre back, good defending, and pretty good physical, right? All in all, a not bad centre back. If you have 6 tokens left over, I wouldn't say no to picking him up, right? If you really wanted him. Whether he's much better than Varane, I'm not too sure. So again, if you have the tokens left, then you could try him out, but I wouldn't put this card at the top of my priority list. Van der Sar, I like this card a lot. 6/6. Obviously, great stats. Now, there's also keepers like Ter Stegen, etc., who are only 40k. But if you've got 6 tokens left and need a keeper with links, Van der Sar is great to pick up, right? I wouldn't say no against this card at all. Raul is a weird one. I really like this card. He's got great pace, great shooting, great dribbling, all the stats you really need in a striker. And he's 4-star, 4-star, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, 4-star, 4-star. I tend to avoid strikers icon swaps unless they're very end game, because chances are with all the new promos coming out, you're going to want to try new strikers and new forwards out. They're also really meta, right? So I don't really know the longevity of this card, because if you're a casual player, then this card will be very, very good for you, right? And it's not a bad card to take for any level, but I just feel like you're going to want to try new forwards out throughout the year. That I feel this card won't last too long based on how long it takes to get off the icon swaps. Again, I wouldn't say no to you guys picking this card up. I just don't know how long you guys will use it for, right? Coman is probably my top 3 icons to take from this selection. Amazing pace, amazing shooting, amazing passing, pretty good dribbling stats, good defending stats, and good physical stats, right? This card is so well rounded. You can play him at holding mid, centre back, or as a defensive fullback, right? Super well rounded card. He gets great links to Van der Sar, I guess, but players like Van Dijk, etc. I rate this card very, very highly. I'd put that top 3 in my list. Seedorf, I would avoid personally. Some guys really like this card. He's got not bad pace, okay shooting, good passing, okay dribbling, and pretty good physical stats, right? My main worry about this card is he's not agile enough to play as a cam. He's not good defensively enough to stay as a holding mid. He has to play as a wide center mid, right? So unless you're playing a 4-1-2-1-2 or formation where you have a holding mid behind this card, I'm not crazy about this card personally, right? But again, not a terrible card. I just don't really feel like he's a too versatile player, right? Pires, great pace, pretty good shooting stats to be fair, good passing, but the agility and balance ruin this card for me. Now he is 6'2" and 4-star, 4-star, So that's not bad, right? But you're not going to be able to go in and out of players with this kind of card. He's just, nah. I feel like it's a waste of, how much tokens is it? 11? 10 tokens for this card. He's just going to feel too clunky on the ball for me that I would avoid taking this card from swaps personally. I'm not crazy about it. Nakata is probably a quite obvious one for you guys. You guys all know he's kind of a meme to take from icon swaps because he's just really not great, right? He's got good pace, okay passing, pretty pure finishing, right? But not bad agility stats. But for me, the main worry about this card is he's just not crazy good about anything else, right? He's not really. I mean, he's definitely not holding mid. He's more of a purely just a cam, right? But with terrible finishing stats, I would avoid this card at all costs, really. 4-star, 4-star, and it's going to cost you 11 tokens. There's so many more cards I would rather take, right? Socrates, this one's more of a fun card in my eyes. He's 5-star, 4-star, 6 foot, okay pace, great shooting, great passing, and good physicals. Obviously, the one thing that makes this card not meta again is the agility and balance stats, right? They're not high enough for him to be in my eyes a meta cam. He's a very fun card to use from what I've used in draft, and I wouldn't say no to you taking this card as long as you're not a really competitive kind of player, right? So yeah, I like Socrates or Socrates, wherever you want to call him. Zambrotta is probably another top 3 card that I like here. Amazing pace, pretty good passing, pretty good dribbling, not bad defending stats, and not bad physical stats again, right? Really well-rounded card. He has 4-star skills, 5-star weak foot, so you can play right back or left back. A pretty meta card, and you can use this card for the rest of the year and not have any worries about it, right? I like this card. Figo is a potentially controversial card for you guys because when icon swaps first came out, a lot of you guys from my Twitch said you wanted to take Figo, and I can kind of understand why, right? It's got good dribbling stats, good shooting, good passing, so on and so forth. He's 4-star, 4-star. Common occurrence here, right? I don't know if it's the balance or what it is, but I've used this card in draft tons of times, and he just does not feel like a meta card at all, right? He feels quite clunky. He feels more of a striker than anything else. If I had this card, I would play him as a striker and play off of players rather than playing him as a cam or a winger, right? He's not really that agile. Figo's not a bad one. I just wouldn't put 13 tokens into it, right? I would rather have I don't know. I would just rather not waste my tokens on this kind of card. So Campbell, I love this card. I think he's amazing. Amazing pace, amazing defending stats, and amazing physical stats. He's got all the stats you need really for a defender, right? All the important stats. His dribbling and etc. isn't important here. He's an all-out defender, so you win the ball back, you pass it away. Be a great partner next to the likes of Coleman, etc. I really rate this card. Not really much else to go over there, right? Lineker, another card who just doesn't fit the meta, sadly, because he's got amazing pace, one of the best finishing stats I've seen. Okay physicals. The worst part here is the right. He's got 3-star, 3-star weak foot, 3-star skills, and 4-star weak foot. In my opinion, all my attackers need to have at least 4-star, 4-star for them to be top tier in my eyes. Lineker isn't the worst card to take. I wouldn't say he's a terrible player, but for 14 tokens, I feel like they're better off elsewhere. He's going to feel like a slightly better Harry Kane, right? In my opinion, you feel like a faster Harry Kane. Just not very good in the ball again, though, right? So it doesn't fit the meta. Blanc, this is a card I know I'll probably get a lot of stick on because I hate this card. I absolutely hate it. I've used it in Weekend League a few times. And I know all the pros and all the top players love it and absolutely adore this card, right? And I can see why though, right? He's 6'4", and he's a very well-rounded card, right? He's got good pace, amazing finishing stat too. Now it says he's a cam. No one plays him as a cam, right? He's a holding mid or like a center mid. He's got okay dribbling stats, okay defending stats, not crazy. And then worry for me here is with the physical stats is the strength. He's just not strong enough, right? I know a lot of guys say since he's so big, he wins the ball back from his build. I played with this card. I finished Elite 1, and Sissoko outshines Blanc in every stat. Blanc just couldn't defend the same way a gold Sissoko could. And for me, that's a pretty big sign that I would rather keep my tokens and use a Sissoko, right, who outshines Blanc. I feel like it's mainly the defending stats aren't the best, and the strength just isn't there. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys not to take this card because it's more of an opinion based, it's more opinion based here, right, than anything else. I'm not crazy about it, but all the pros love him, right? So I'll leave that down to you guys. But if you're going to use him as a holding mid, I recommend having a strong defensive mid next to him, right? We'll come back to this one. Luis Hernandez, to be fair, he's not a bad card to take, right? He's got 4-star skills. Weak foot's a little off, but I feel like you could make do. Amazing pace, amazing shooting. Passing's not great, to be fair, right? When I look at the passing, it's the short passing that worries me. It's usable, not crazy good, but it's usable. Dribbling stats aren't terrible. He has 93 agility. His balance is usable. He's got pretty good stamina too. His strength isn't the biggest worry to me. I mean, I rate this card, man. I wouldn't say no to this Hernandez. It is 19 tokens though, right? That's my main worry. It's 19 tokens. I would much rather get. Again, I'm more of a fan of the defenders in these icon swaps so far, right? But if you need a forward, I wouldn't say no to this card, man. It's a very, very solid card. John Barnes, I'm sure the Liverpool fans will love this card, right? Great pace, great shooting, great passing, amazing physical stats for a winger, right? 86 strength is amazing. Again, my biggest worry is the balance and agility isn't quite there for a winger. Now, I would still probably advise this card, right? He's 6 foot, 4-star, 4-star. Like, this card looks phenomenal, man. It looks phenomenal. Although I wouldn't play him as a winger, right? You'd have to play this card as a striker. The balance just isn't there. Like, he's strong enough, he's got good enough finishing to play as a striker. I just don't feel like he's agile enough to play as a cam or a winger, unfortunately. But yeah, as a striker, I don't see why you couldn't get away with this kind of card. Del Piero. This is a lot of tokens, right? That's 20 tokens for Del Piero. He's got good pace, great shooting, great passing again. A lot of the right stats, right? The balance is kind of off. Now, to be fair, I don't know what it is with Del Piero, but his balance is pretty poor, but still feels pretty agile, right? It just feels really still pretty smooth on the ball. My main reason for not taking this card is his baby is miles better. If I was to take an untradeable Del Piero, I wouldn't want the worst one, right? Or like the second worst one. I would want the baby Del Piero personally. He does have, was it 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills. Trust me, right? This card is still amazing. I would much rather just have the baby version, right? For example. But yeah, this one's more of an opinion based one. It's a solid card. I just wouldn't want this version of it, right? Ronaldinho is one of the fan favorites, right? Everyone loves this card in real life. Loves this player in real life. It's a little upsetting that they gave us the baby version though, because his pace isn't great. His shooting stats are okay. His passing stats are quite good. His dribbling stats are good, and his physical stats are okay. Right? His stamina isn't great, but he's got good strength. It makes me really sad because we all love Ronaldinho, but for the tokens that it requires, 21 tokens for a card that's going to get tired pretty fast. He's not the fastest card either. I wouldn't waste my tokens on this personally. He does have 5-star skills, obviously, and 4-star weak foot, but you're going to get a lot of good cams in this game who are nowhere near this kind of price and just as good, if not much, much better, right? If they gave us a middle version, then I would be ranting and raving about the card, but the baby one or the base one just isn't worth it, in my opinion. Then moving on to the two big boys, right? Michael Essien, I love everything about this card. He's got the pace, he's got the amazing passing, he's got the pretty good dribbling, to be fair. His agility isn't all there. For a holding mid, you can get away with 75 dribbling for sure. amazing defending stats and amazing physical stats, right? In my eyes, this is a fucking prime Kante, for example, right? Like a really, really good Kante. Uh like he's just got all the solid stats for a defending mid, and he's got pace and strength. You know, it just looks like a Kante with strength, really, right? Uh, he is only 5'10". Again, for holding mid, doesn't matter too much in my opinion. Vieira, he's 6'4". He's a big guy. Everyone knows that all the pros love this kind of card. Solid pace for holding mid. He's not good enough passing. His dribbling's okay, but again, he's 6'4", right? So his dribbling won't be his balance and agility won't be too crazy. His defending stats aren't bad. They're pretty good actually, right? His standing tackles, etc., and his interceptions, and then his physical stats are a joke, as you guys would expect, with the 91 plus strength, etc. If you guys were to ask me who would I take out of these two cards here, I'd probably sway towards Michael Essien personally. I know not everyone will agree because Vieira is known to be the meta, but this is the prime Essien, right? I'm pretty sure Essien's, while making this video, Essien's much more expensive as well, and your best bet would be to take Essien and then save up for Vieira down the line, right? Because Essien's much more expensive. Both cards are great. You can't really go wrong with either. Now, for me, I'm swaying personally towards the middle icon pack, right? For a few reasons, okay? Because none of these icons are going to be in my end team. And if they are, then chances are they're not that expensive, right? Like, I like Sol Campbell, I like a lot of the defenders like Coleman, etc. But Vieira isn't going to be in my end game team. I would rather get a Team Your Kante, right, over Essien and Vieira, right? Now, for me, if I was to choose one or two icons, I would be looking towards players like Coleman, Campbell, Zambrotta, or if you wanted to go for the bigger boys like Essien or Vieira, right? But for me, I have to stick with the middle icon pack because I would rather risk it for an endgame player that I know I will have in my dream team over someone that I will use for a few weeks, right? Because it's taken me so long to get all these icon swaps done that I don't want to have a card for a few weeks and then just never use it again, right? So personally, I'm going for the middle icon pack. Now, I'm going to be streaming this on Twitch later on today, so I'll skip right now to the clip of me opening the pack, right? I'll see you guys in just a minute. Please, please, please. A flag. No. No! I've wasted so long to get this pile of shit. There's no way. There's no way. I spent so long to get that, man. I spent so damn long to get that. Oh my god. Don't do the icon pack. Just don't do it.